Let's continue our study of the law of attraction, 31 days to getting what you want. 31 days to attract what you want. The law of attraction teaches that what you think about, you bring about. Law of attraction teaches that thoughts are things. So what we're really teaching is, you could say, the power of right thinking or the power of positive thinking. Years ago, back in the 30s, a man by the name of Norman Vincent Peale wrote a book, The Power of Positive Thinking. And I believe that book was a catalyst to kind of move people along the path of right thinking. But years and years and years and years ago, a man by the name of Solomon, long before Mr. Peale came along, said, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." So the law of attraction is a biblical principle, but it's been so misunderstood. And many times what we do as religious people, or even Christian, quote, people, we let go of things because we say, well, that seems like it's a little bit new agey to me. Oh, thinking can't be that powerful. We're just going to trust God. And the next thing you know, we let go of a spiritual practice that the one we call God, the great I am, the infinite intelligence of the universe, gave us to create. See, the law of attraction has two handles. First of all, you need to put your hand on the handle of your thinking, and then God puts his hand on the handle of your thinking, and now you and God are working together in this thing. Okay, but you got to choose, as scripture says, to renew your mind. Now, when you choose to renew your mind, the great I am starts working with you, and now you get a synergy going, and now you can steer this bike. So imagine a bike. You got your hand on, God's got his hand on, and guess what? We're about to go somewhere and make things happen. The law of attraction. So we're teaching from my book, 31 Days to Attract What You Want. And this is an ebook, very affordable. In fact, we have it at a 20% discount as we speak on our website, which is atlantanewthought.com. So go there and get a copy of it. And this is a real how do I say it? Informal type teaching. We're not here just trying to, be prolific or eloquent. We simply want to teach you what's in the book, and so you can put it to work. So we talked about the law of attraction, the unspoken truth. We talked about understanding the law of attraction. We talked about manifesting your desires, and thoughts are things. So let's move ahead and talk some now about activating the law of attraction. Do you want to know how to activate the law of attraction? All right. The secret to activating the law of attraction is simple. We need to understand that, number one, thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. Remember, what you think about, you bring about. We need to understand that thoughts create things. And every single thing that we see in the outside world, every invention, every social condition, was first of all a thought. Have you thought much about that? Everything you see was first of all a thought. I am wearing a watch, and this is one of my favorite watches. It's a very good watch. Okay. But this thought was a thought in the mind of an individual before it became a Rolex. All right. So who thought of Rolex? Well, if you study the history, you'll find it had a lot to do with diving, and it's a watch that really was made not as just a luxury watch or wristband, but something that you could go underwater with at very deep levels. And eventually, it's funny how things develop over time. A lot of cars today, for instance, I like cars. I like especially German cars. A BMW was a thought in the mind of an individual. All right. Mercedes was a thought in the mind. And some of the thoughts at first, like the car started out as BMW started out making aircraft and eventually evolved into making automobiles. But thoughts are energy. Thoughts are things. So we must understand that thoughts are things. Another thing we must understand here as I look at our book is that we are energy, that everything is energy. So to take control of our thoughts, our thought life, is to take control of our energy. And we are magnetic. That's what I wanted to get to. We are magnetic, so we attract. That's why we call this the law of attraction. We are magnetic, thus we attract things, people, conditions, and situations. Energy connects with like energy. That's where we get the saying, birds of a feather, they do flock together. Well, thank you so much for studying with us today. Visit us on the World Wide Web at atlantanewthought.com, and I'd like to encourage you to go to the products page and get your copy of 31 Days to Attract What You Want. And we operate on free will donations. So if you choose to support us, we have 3 levels in my mind that I believe is an intelligent way of approaching this. First of all, if you are simply a student and you are just starting with this, we call you a seeker. If you're a seeker, you're under no obligation to give. And I'm serious about that. You can choose to, of course, we'd receive it if you did. But I want you to see the value in this first. And again, we operate on free will donations. Many people have said you should charge for this class. Well, that's okay, but I try to go by biblical principles. And I see where the master teacher, Jesus, said, freely you have received, freely give. So I believe the best way to operate is by being moved in your heart and giving. Does that make sense? So only do it if you're moved. And then we have students who are like people that are more engaged. And some of those people, they commit to a monthly donation. No pressure. But they're students and they follow. And many of those people say, man, you are my spiritual teacher and mentor. And then we have the success covenant level, which is the highest level. And these people tithe. Believe it or not, some people believe that if you give away 10% of your income, the universe will respond. Now, that level is the level that scares some people. 10%, my God, I'll go broke. No, you won't. I practice it, and it works. Well, but the Bible says don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. But that's talking about almsgiving. Scripture is saying when you give to help a poor person, don't blow a trumpet going around saying, hey, just help this poor guy out over here. Look at me. But to say I am a tither is not a bad thing, okay? Many great people such as Rockefeller on down to Colgate and many of the great founders of our industrial nation, the industrial back in the day, were men who tithed their way to prosperity. So if you want to commit to that level, so we have seekers, simply seeking. We have students who are becoming disciples, getting their teeth in, and then we have the success covenant individuals that are committed. And by the way, every day I pray affirmative prayers over you all. And for the success covenant people, we share with you how to prosper in a deeper way because you're committed at a deeper level. There are levels of commitment in this, and we need to understand. So if you want to give, freely give. If you don't worry about it. We're going to be here teaching you. Freely we have received, we freely give. Our website is atlantanewthought.com. atlantanewthought.com, and there you can find the book on our products page. Thank you so much for tuning in. May God expand your life until your destiny is fulfilled.